Hearts wide open, unveiled.
Once again, y'all couldn't hear me, right? Good evening, all that introduction for nothing but good evening, good evening. I want y'all to come on in the room, and I want to get something to you tonight that I hope would change your life tonight, right? I don't want nothing from you, Bobby, tonight. I'm actually trying to get something to you, so I need you to like, invite, and share. Throw in the comment section your words of adoration, your words of appreciation for God. Do that. I'm going to pray, and then we're going to have a conversation tonight. Eternal God, our Father, we love you tonight. We thank you for everything, all things, for you have been so good and kind to us. But we can't repay you for your goodness tonight. God, we thank you for your hand of protection tonight that's been around us, that has kept us through danger, seen and unseen. Thank you tonight for being our God. It is in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Can y'all hear me clear? Can y'all actually hear me clear tonight? Let me know if you can hear me clear tonight. Come on, let me know if you can hear me clear. Somebody tell me yes, somebody tell me no. I'm trying to make sure before I get going that everything is all good because I need you to hear me tonight. All right, I'm lost on this computer, but I need you to hear me. All right, Shirley. Somebody give me Malachi 3 and give me verse 8. I'm going to start there. Now, give me verse 7. Malachi. Before I read this, no, I'm going to read first. Somebody give me Malachi so we can highlight that. Malachi, verse 7. That's the last book of the Old Testament. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me read. Well, I guess I want to read out the King James Version first. Let me read that first because I got two Bibles here tonight, but I guess I'll read it out the King James first so you'll know the translation of the original. It says, verse 7, even from the days of your fathers, you've gone away from my ordinance and have not kept them. Return to me, I'll return unto you, says the Lord. Somebody type return to the Lord. Somebody type return to the Lord. Now, watch this here. Return unto me. And if you come back to me, never. If you come back to me, Mama Cynthia, I'll return unto you. You saying, how can I return? How can I return to the Lord? Right? Because we want to know tonight, how can I return? He say, return never, follow the text, to the Lord. Right? Alma, stay with me because the text is getting ready to turn. He says, how can I return? He say, will a man rob God? What? Mother Francis, how can I return? Will a man rob God? Yet you rob me. You say, when we rob you, he says in tithes and offering, he say, you a curse with a curse. But you rob me, even this whole nation. Bring the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house, says the Lord. Prove me. Somebody type, test the Lord. Real quickly, type, test the Lord. And see would I not open up the window of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there would not be room enough to receive it tonight. Now, this came up in our family group. Let me tell you how we got here. Normally, this is my first time ever touching tithes and offering publicly, and you need to be a mature believer tonight. Somebody type this word to me. For me, spiritual financial overflow. Now, this word came up in our family group when Kim posted the word for the day. And after the word for the day, I started thinking about a few things in that text, which was one of them was try the Lord, right? Prove me, try me, test me. Then Never Call gave me testimonies concerning some things. I don't know if I could talk publicly about her business, but I told her I was going to use her. So y'all quiet already. And so I decided that, okay, this must be the Lord. So, and I started thinking, Carol, concerning spiritual overflow. And a lot of times we don't like to hear about tithing because there's these myths concerning tithing. And a lot of times we don't want to hear anything about money. You know us and our money. You know me and my coins. You know, don't touch that. Now, but I want to give you tonight, if I could tell you there's a way of protection around everything that you got, everything that you own, would you believe me tonight? If I challenge you tonight to say there's a word tonight that is a guaranteed covenant from God, that watch this, that can automatically get you spiritual financial overflow. How many of you need some coins tonight? I know. How many of you need a blessing tonight? How many of you been stuck in a place financially, been just going from check to check, and you trying to get? Come on, talk. Let's be real tonight. Come on, now. Listen, we've been in the same cycle for years, and so hear the word of the Lord tonight, because we just can't pick out certain parts of the Bible that no weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper, but then we don't want to hear about the other stuff. So I have to talk about it because it's in the book, right? Somebody type it in the book. Yeah, it's in the book. So we're going to have a conversation tonight that I hope to bless you. So some of the things, the very first place I want to start is concerning the myths concerning tithing. Listen, if you don't tithe, that does not mean that God doesn't love you. God still loves you. And by the way, tithe means tenth. Somebody give me that just so you know. So when I say tithe, that actually means 10. All right. So watch this. People tell you it doesn't mean that you're not a Christian, because people will start talking about, well, if you don't tithe, they're not a Christian. That's not true. Some other stuff in this book too that you don't do. So let me break down all the myths concerning tithing. Right. So I want to bless his name tonight because there's these certain myths. Now you still God's child. It has nothing to do with any of that. Just hear me out tonight. All right. But now I want to talk about some truth concerning tithing, because I can walk the line with the myths, and a lot of this stuff they just what it is. It's myth. Now let me tell you some truth about tithing. The tithe is a tangible remembrance that every gift, everything you have, come from God. Now I'm gonna try that again. Tithe is a tangible remembrance that everything I have come from God. Now you got to get that. I don't mind giving to God because everything I have come from God. Now let's get that straight first. Now we got to get that. Everything I got comes from God. Now I want to drop this in because there's a lot of times a lot of people don't tithe just because I don't have time to park here, because this is just a little fill in, because I'll be back talking about Speaking Life Sunday, so I don't have time. I just interrupted y'all Thursday night just to drop this. But I will say this. Everything I have comes from God. You have to get that. We put ownership on things that we really don't own. We put ownership on stuff we really don't own. The Bible say the earth is the Lord, the fullness thereof, and the whole world, and they that. So you, first of all, you got to change how you view stuff. It's not your stuff. You the steward. Okay, well, what am I? I'm the steward over whatever God has given me. That nice house you stay in, you just a steward, right? That job you making all that money on, you just a good steward. And watch this. I'm trying to bless his name tonight. You don't own anything. He puts you in place according to your stewardship. Thank you, Dee Dee, for that one. Highlight that for me.
I like Dee. Thank you, Dee. Thank you for reminding us. Now, so the very first thing I have to get is I'm just simply a steward. If you're a business owner, you own the business down here. To us, you own it. But to God, you're a steward. Now, do that make sense? I'm finna get you this spiritual overflow. Just follow. Now, let's talk about some truths about some things when we don't. And by the way, you don't give tithe, you pay tithe. Somebody type you pay a tithe. That's something you pay, just like you pay your light bill. You pay the mortgage people, the rent people, the car note people, the who else we pay? Credit card people, some of the people we pay. You pay it. And then there's the other part that says an offering if you desire to do that. It's something that you pay. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. Because remember, he said, "You want to come back to me." Now that text is crazy. He said, "Return unto me," because he said, "I'm that same God of Jacob. I change not." That was around about verse 6. I should have started that. He said, "I'm a God. I don't change." He says, "It's by me that you haven't been consumed." That word "consumed" means destroy. Then he says, "I need you to return to me. I'll return to you." Now, check out that text. You say, "How can I return?" He say, "Bring 10%. Now, I'm going to tell you why, because there's a reason why. Because we never understand the reason. So I will give you the reason tonight of why he say, "Pay me 10%. He say, "You want to return." Now, let me tell you one more truth about tithe. Now, this is crazy right here. Carol, catch this. Bobby, catch this. When you don't tithe, you are neglecting intentionally God's outpouring on your life. Did you hear what I said? When you don't. That's telling God. Now, who in their right mind actually reject the outpouring of God on our life? I'm going to try it again. If you think God is moving for you now, if you think God shows up in ways, come on, you haven't been faithful, and think about some of the stuff that he did. I'm trying to show you spiritual, financial overflow tonight. You are intentionally, because he said, "I'll open up a window." Now, if he tells you I'm going to open up a window and I don't do it, I'm intentionally rejecting the outpouring from the window of heaven. Lord, help me tonight. I'm trying to teach it in a way you can get it. Now, I don't even have time to get to that certain words I'm going to talk about tonight, like that open heaven light. I'm going to get to that tonight, but I kind of want to show you something tonight. Whenever I don't, now follow me. That means, because this is a covenant. And watch this. When I ask God, I say, "God, what do Malachi," watch this, "what do Malachi 3 actually mean when you talk about the tithe?" Because he says, a couple of things it stood out to me. He said, "The very first thing I want you to see is that my people struggle to keep covenant with me and remain faithful." I say, "What?" He said, "The very first thing I want you to see, before you look at what I'm asking for, look at what I see. I see people that struggle to be faithful to me in covenant. And so what they're doing by not being faithful is rejecting the outpouring." Now, there are some things God just gonna give you because you his child. Anybody have a child that you've been over backwards because they do everything you ask them to do? They went to school, or they are not going to school. They just turn out well, and they trying their best to live, and you have been over backwards and do all that. Come on, talk to me. Do anybody got any children like that? Come on now, come on. Anybody? Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is, well, you doing that, but imagine if you had everything, you would give them everything. Well, that's the way God is. God has everything. And it's like, okay, you only getting these little pieces of what you really can have. Okay, let me get on. Very first thing that stood out to me was, why would he want them to return? Right? Because he says that stuck with me. Before I go any further, what had happened? Y'all know how we are. What had happened? What happened that God has to ask them to return? Now that messed me up. Now, what is it that Israel was doing that God literally has to make a covenant to say, come back? You miss your shout. You miss your shout. See, y'all, that is right here. So I decided to go back to chapter 1. So let's examine chapter 1 tonight, because I want to show you it's more than just your money, because you think it's money. And I'm trying to tell you, no, it's more than just your money. Now, there's some stuff that was taking place. The very first way this chapter starts off is it starts out by talking about, I have loved you and love you very deeply. That's chapter 1. Now, it talks about love in this text. Now, it talks about God's love for us, talking about, I've loved you very deeply. And he says, I love you so deeply, but yet you won't love me back. And then it's right here, he say, really? He said, then he started talking about the stuff he do. He say, for Jacob. He said, I destroyed his brother, the brother that was trying to kill him, Esau, just for Jacob. And he said, I do the same thing for you. And he said, yet you won't even much show me no love. Somebody type, show God some love. And the reason why, watch this, he started talking to them. Watch this, chapter 1. Get this, verse 4. I want to read this. He says, we will rebuild the ruins. That's what Israel was saying. He said, the Lord of hosts says, he said, try it if you like, but I'll destroy it again. In other words, he's saying, you and I are trying to rebuild things in our life that have been ruined. And he says, I'm the one that's allowing it to be destroyed because of the simple fact you won't return to me. Okay. Let me see, can I asterize that? There's some stuff that's just not working in your life, have not came together in your life, have not manifested in your life, have not been rebuilt in your life because of the simple fact you won't actually return to me. That's why I won't open up heaven and allow an open heaven to be on your life, because I'm still waiting on you to return. You've been talking about returning. Lord, help me here. Somebody type return. All right. And then he say, when you come back to me, he said, when you was with me, verse number 6 say, you gave me polluted sacrifices. He said, now when you was with me, you ain't treat me right. Okay, let me see. That's like, I'm gonna be funny because I don't want to touch at the mother Cynthia Didi, so I'm gonna be funny. Polluted sacrifices. Let me read it first, and then I'm gonna give you an example. Somebody type polluted sacrifices. He says in verse 6, he say, when have you ever done a thing like that? He says, every time you say, don't bother, you don't bring me anything of value to offer me. Ooh. When you come back, you give me polluted sacrifices. Then he say, you don't even bring them value. He said, you tell people lame animals are all right to sacrifice to me. You tell me that sick ones and blind ones are all right to sacrifice to me. He says, now try this on your government. I'm in the Bible. This ain't me. I'm reading the Bible. He say, try giving these gifts to your governor. And he say, see how pleased he is. He said, God have mercy on us. I'm at verse 9, Malachi 1, verse 9. Somebody get it now. I'm at verse 9. I started at 6. I'm at verse 9, 6 through 9. Watch this. He said, God have mercy on us. You have recited, God be gracious to us. But when you bring that kind of gift, why should I show you favor at all? You will bring me anything and want me to show you favor. In other words, he say, you will bring lame animals, blind animals. I'm coming. You will bring me all type of stuff. You won't give me your best. You won't bring, okay, that's like somebody that wants to marry you, but they end up going to the Cracker Jack box. I won't even call where they got it from. I'll say, getting your ring out of a Cracker Jack box and giving it to you. Yeah, you saying that you love me, you want to marry me, but I'm using the Cracker Jack box because I don't want to say where it come from because I don't need nobody coming from me. But you get my point. That, and all of a sudden you say, okay, but yet you love me, but you want to put this fake ring on my hand. Let me say it like that. Am I all right, Didi? Can I say it like that? That's the old lame dog. That's the old blind. That's a, get out of that, Ashton. Okay. And then you like the text, like, why should I show you any favor at all? Y'all missing your shout. Okay, let me go on. This is the one for some of y'all. Verse 13. Watch this. You gonna say it's too difficult to serve the Lord. Because some of us saying, nah, what you asking for, I'm already balling on this budget. You talking about the Lord, talking about return to him, come with this. He say, you gonna say it's too difficult. It's right here in the text. He say, for me to do. He says, and you turn your nose up at the rules I've given you to obey. Now that's God. Now didn't say me. I'm in the Bible. Pastor Sandy Mosley. Good to see you. Glad I got some witnesses here. All right, now watch this. Let's go to chapter 2. Chapter 2 messed me up. Chapter 2, verse 3 say, now you treat me like this. Now watch what God say. Then I'm going to get back to Malachi 3. I'm still over there, but I'm trying to show you why he say you need to return. He said, some of y'all saying it's too difficult. Now watch what he say. For everybody saying it's too difficult, for everybody, he say, verse 3 say, take notes. Do I want verse 3? Yeah. He say, verse 3, chapter 2, verse 3. Take notes. Somebody give it to me, Malachi, so you know I'm in the Bible. Take notes that I will rebuke your children, and I will spread on your faces the manure of the animals you've offered me. Throw you out like dung. God got a clap back. Is that a clap back? I'm just talking from the text. Somebody help me. Now watch what he say. He says, I'm going to rebuke your children, spread on your face the manure of the animals you offered me, and throw you out like dung. Then at last you will know it was I who sent the warning to return. You missing the word return tonight. God trying to get you back. It ain't about your money. He wants you. Verse 7. No, I'm not going to go there. Let me jump to verse 13 of chapter 13. Where I'm at 28. Let me jump to verse 13. He say, you cover the altar with your tears because the Lord don't pay attention to your offering anymore, and you receive no blessing from him. Why has God abandoned us, you cry? I'll tell you why. I don't even have time. Nah. Now get that. He say, you cover the altar with your tears. You want to know why God ain't moving on your behalf? He say, pay attention to what you giving me. He said, you want from me, but look at what you give me. You won't even sacrifice and give me none of your time. I can't even get you to go in prayer with me. I can't even get you to talk to me every day. I can't even get you to pay your tithe. I can't even get you. And he says, you laying on the altar, covering the altar with your tears. And he's saying, look at what you gave me. You sick and by stripes we're healed. What are you giving me? Ask your neighbor, what you giving God? Just like I don't want anybody in my life to half do anything. I don't need you in my life halfway. I need some real folks right there, the people that felt that thing. I know that's right. I need you to, I need you. If you're going to be, this is what God said. He said, like, listen, if I'm your God, you got to be careful what you give me. He said, and you want to know why you at the altar and I'm not paying any attention because you talking about what you can't give. Let me tell y'all something. God can take 10% and do more with the 10 than you can with the 90. Now, he's that type of God. He can take 2 fish and 5 loaves, you know. We miss it. It's amazing. I can trust God with my problem. I can trust God to pray for my children and straighten them out and make sure he turn their life around. I trust God tonight. I trust God to make sure I'm gonna get promoted tonight. I trust God to make my enemies my footstool. I trust God tonight to be a way out of no way. Anybody else trust God tonight? Come on. How many of y'all trust God tonight? If you trust God, drop in the comment section. I trust God. I trust God tonight. I trust God to come through when it looked like there's no way. I trust God tonight. I trust God to move. Listen, when everybody else saying that it can't be done, it can't be worked out, I trust God tonight. Do I have anybody tonight that really on the line tonight that you trust God tonight? I trust God. Well, if I really trust him, I have another question for you tonight. Why won't you trust him with your time? Why won't you trust him with your money? All right, let's get back to the text. All right, now watch this. Something was going on in their lives when they were apart from God. Everything that they own, their harvest that they planted, I want to make sure I say that, the worms, the locusts was eating it up. Now, you got to follow this text. So, because now I'm turning it. I'm finna bless his name tonight. One more time. I'm trying to teach you how to get spiritual, financial overflow. Now, I just showed you the text they cutting up. He said, you're laying at the altar, covering it with tears. Malachi chapter 2, saying the Lord don't pay no attention to you no more. He say, but look at what you've been giving me. You say, I abandon you. Look at what you've been giving me. All right. Now, watch the text. He said, you want to return? He said, do you want to return? You want to come back? Will a man rob God? My Bible says, surely will. He say, how do we rob you? And tithes and offering. Now, let me tell you the difference between a thief and a rob. A thief steal your stuff, right? You take it and you don't even much know. Anybody ever had something stolen from you? That's one of the worst feelings in the world. It's for a thief to come along and break in your car, break in your house, even for stealing your lunch at work. You know what I'm saying? You know, listen, don't take nothing like that. Okay? But think about a robber. A robber don't care if you're present. They taking it. And God has said, now watch this. He says, will you just take it tonight? You just gonna take it tonight. You just gonna right in my face. You gonna stick me up tonight. That's what he said. He said, will you rob me? He said, yep. How you rob me? He said, you just take it from me. And we the only people that rob God and show up with the evidence. We'll rob God and show up with the evidence. What if somebody rob you and show up with the evidence? They rob your stuff and you know it's yours, and they walk right in your face like, what you gonna do about it? I want to hear from somebody. Don't y'all go crazy, because I forgot this church here. You have to be careful what you ask tonight, Pastor Sandy Mosley. But if somebody wants to take something and you know without a shot, you're talking about blood on our hands. Hammer. Don't y'all give me the laugh. Nah. Walk right in your face like, I strong on you. I'm hood, you know. I just took it. We show up at church just like we didn't take from God. We be dressed to a T. Fine as wine. Handsome. Fresh cut. Name brand this. Oh, Ashton, you out there now. Robbed him. Hey, sister, and a stand up and wave and hallelujah and rob stuff. Get out of that, Ashton. Y'all know I ain't lying. Laugh with me. Come on. Y'all know it's funny. Nobody want to talk. Sherry say, y'all help me teach this tonight. Sherry say, sharp. I got to get that one. Sherry say, sharp and robbing. I'm not with y'all. Where's some of the places we go when we rob? Like, some of us, the reason why we can't give, you eat too much fast food. Budget. I ain't gotta get. You eat out every day and you can cook. You need to stop that shit. You need to learn how to budget. Some of you think that you can't you don't know how to budget. You have no control. Stay out of what are these places y'all be shopping at Amazon? Stay out for that Amazon, and every day you got packages showing up, and you no God can't get a YouTube in and robbing. I told y'all giving can be fun if you listen to it, but you got to be real. He's saying tithes and offering. He said you're cursed with a curse. Lemon pepper. What you say? Lemon pepper steppers. What is that, Didi? Oh, what is wearing lemon pepper steppers? I can't get caught up, Didi. Anyway, I don't know what that is, but I would like to know. He says, let's go get back to the text. All right, come back to church, y'all. Come back. We've had our moment. Come back now. Sherry, come back now. Start letting them know. Come back. I need y'all to come back. All right. He says, and so the awesome curse of God is cursing you. He said, you robbed me. How have you robbed me? In tithes and offering. That's due to me. That's due to me. Somebody type that's due to me. That's due to God. It's not an option. Once again, you're still saved. He loves you. No, it don't stop you from getting in heaven or, no, it's none of that. I'm keeping my head down because I want you to get it. I want to come back because if I look up at y'all make me laugh. Okay. It's due to God. And then watch this. He say, you want to know why you've been cursed? He say, the whole nation been robbing me. Then he say, bring the tithes into the storehouse so that there can be food in my temple for me to work the kingdom. I want to get to this before I close because I got to get here. I will open up the windows of heaven. That's what I want to get. Pour you out a blessing so you won't have room enough to receive it. He say, try me. Let me prove it to you. Your crops will be large. I will guard them. Now, a couple things I want to point out about what tithing do. The first thing tithing does is you have a covenant for God for provision. The tithe provides provision. Somebody type that. The tithe provides provision. Now, try me, prove me. Before I get that, test me, examine me, right? That's what he said. But before I get there, I want you to get what you get when you do tithe. Tithing provides provision. You don't know your child. There is nothing that God will not grant me permission to that is inside of his will when and watch this, when I get it, I also can keep it. It won't be like Habakkuk says that there'll be holes in your pocket. You know how you can get money? Anybody ever? I went through a season, it looked like everything I got, it looked like just when I had some leftovers. Anybody know anything about that leftover when you thought it was leftover? And you go for something and something else come along or something debit the account or something come through. Come on, talk to me, somebody that's real tonight. That listen, just when you thinking like, okay, I got a little extra this time, and this that, and all of a sudden something come right along and take it. you have this protection. Tithing provides protection. And then the third thing that tithing does is it also gives you preventative measures. Give me those three. Preventative measures. Provision, protection, preventative measures. Now, let me show you right here in the text. Open up the windows of heaven, right? So now watch this. When he talks about an open window from heaven, think about what that's saying. That's saying that heaven, whatever's up there, God's goodness, all that's up there, I have access to it. I now open up. See, you wanted to come back in financial form. He says, I protect whatever you invested in. It goes beyond finances. Somebody say it goes beyond finances. We want to look for God to return it financially. No, it goes beyond finances. I'm talking about future. It also helps establish future. I don't even got time to talk about, Lord, help me here. When Melchizedek brought the tithe, it also established future. He lived longer than I don't even have time. So it's not just about finances, it's also about future. Then it's also about protection of my family. Oh, help me tonight. It's right here in the text. I'll open up the window. Then that's when you hear stuff like what Paul started talking about. Make your request known unto the Lord, right? And that he gonna grant it. Okay, Jesus says, you got to know how to act. You got to know how to seek. You got to know how to find. You got access to an open heaven. That's why you can pray and things start happening. You in covenant with God. The tithe ties you and God together. And it offers to you an open heaven. Whatever's up there. Streets paved with gold. 12 gates to a city, that the stuff we shout about, but we don't get it. The only way to get access to everything that heaven have is through giving, through by paying the tithe. Okay. I jotted something down that I wanted to get to. Because whenever you return to God, watch this, that's when it rains. Open heaven causes rain to come. Lord help me tonight. Anybody on this live got some testimony that can testify? I know what you're talking about, living under an open heaven. You can testify that you've been a tithe. I'm talking about for those that tithe, and you talk about how God come through, and every month you manage to make it. Every month your needs are met. There are moments that there are overflows. Anybody know about the blessing of actually paying it? Anybody actually know that? Anybody actually know tonight the blessing, the rain that comes with God? And this rain, I don't even have time tonight. I got to close because I'm at 43. I see it 45. Let me see, can I find an exit tonight? Let me talk about these things. He says, try me, prove me. He says, your crops will be large. That's provision. I will guard them. That's protection. Your grapes will not shrivel away. In other words, what you touch won't die. It's crazy to plant, but don't get the harvest that you could get. Okay, let me see. Can I see it like this? I got to find an exit. I'm going to have to come back. I got to find an exit because I'm at 45. Now, let me share a word with y'all to try to bless you to get you. God will prevent things from happening. Preventive measures, because that's what a lot of people don't understand. Let me tell y'all something. I'm at a place where God just sustained me no matter what. Deadlines can pass, but you'll be sustained. Nobody talk tonight. I'm talking about this preventive. Nothing won't get cut off when I'm talking about because these are for people that actually can trust God, try God, to tell God, listen, I'm examining you tonight. I want you to prove it to me. God, like if you try me, I'll prove it to you. I'll prove to you that I'll provide for you your every need. Yeah, God. He said, I'll provide for you. I'll make provisions for you. Yes, I will. I'll offer protection for you. Then he said, I'll prevent some stuff. I know how to work behind the scenes, no matter what it's looking like in your life. That's why one songwriter say, when will he come through? Every time I turn around, he always coming through, back against the wall. You got to try God. I want to challenge you tonight to try God. Go tell somebody, I challenge you to try God. Come on. I'm out. Good word for me tonight. And there's a difference in giving. Giving is what the text say. Now, I can't get started there. I may have to come back. He talked about all this stuff that was going on. And he tells them, now you come back. And then he said, your attitude towards me. It shows the difference. I challenge you to try God tonight. We try God with everything else. I dare you to try him financially. If you're struggling tonight financially, I don't know who you are. You trying to get out of a hole tonight. That's what you're saying. I can't do it because I can't get out of a hole. I done talked to so many people that have told me they was in a hole, and I tell them the same word. I'm like, try God. The only way to try God is you got to trust God. Worrying, no man can add any measure to his own life. You can't add to your own self. Worrying don't do you no good. You got to trust God. And it's amazing. God is the first one that we exit off our list tonight. We'll trust God when you see it. I trust you to be a healer. You trust God to make sure that he's going to protect you when you driving to and fro up and down the highway, and make sure you make it home safe, and make sure he keep your children. You trust God. I need us tonight to trust him financially. You'll be surprised. And not only that, the favor that falls on your house. How many of you need favor on your house? Do you know that you cover your house with your... I don't even have time. This good to me. I could talk about this all day long. This is one. And I'm going to tell y'all something about me. I don't even ask God for that number. Because he promised what he was going to do. Now, that's me. That's the place where I'm at. I just trust him to come through. You got to have that kind of faith that I just trust him to come through. And yet he used people. Well, if I call you, I'm being funny. So we use people to come through. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm at a point in time with God. I won't even ask him to do nothing for me. I ask him for everybody else. I trust him enough that if he says that he's going to supply. Now, catch the Bible. You have to live by this. You can't just talk this stuff. You have to live by it. If he promised to supply all my needs according to the riches that's in glory. Now, I can't tell you enough about that. Supplying all my little bitty needs according to the riches that he have in glory. That's crazy. I just believe he's gonna come through. I'm just crazy enough to believe he gonna work it out. I'm through. I just believe tonight. Come back tonight. I challenge you tonight to try God. Trying tonight in the midst of everything and all things. Try God tonight. You've been trying everything else. Try God tonight. All right. Listen, the giving information is on the screen. If we've been a blessing to you, if you would like to give tonight, if you would like to, what they say, so tonight, the giving information is on the screen. I love you, Sherry. Good to hear. You got to trust God. Before I go, Alma, I want to be really, really clear tonight so you'll know what I mean. I need somebody to type, trust God with your money. We trust God with our moments. Trust him with your money. I promise you, you'll see expansion. I promise you that what you've been having, I tell you to go fuck. I promise you. And don't even talk about how he'll cause people to give to you.
I'm a witness to that. You promise. Try him tonight. You gotta trust him. Trust him with them coins. You can't do it yourself, and it's not for me. Because God take care of me. I'm trying to get something to you. And by the way, when people say, "Well, yeah, another myth," because I started with myths, and the myths that I talked about was you still saved, you're a Christian, even if you don't tithe, it don't take away from the love of God or any of those type of things, because it don't, right? So I'm gonna be clear tonight, just like that's clear. If you don't tithe, you don't hurt the church. You don't hurt the church, but you just don't receive. You just rejecting the outpouring of the blessing. It's not, oh, well, I'm not going to tithe. And then you're not giving to them, you're giving to God. You got to know who you're giving to. You got to know who you're giving to. See, because if you think you're giving to the pastor, to the church, you're going to miss it. It's something that you give to God. And when I give it to God, I trust that it's in his hand. And anybody that does anything else, God deals with them. Shut up, Ashley.